You wake up with that familiar heaviness sitting on your chest. Not pain, just pressure, a quiet weight that follows you before your eyes even open. And as soon as your mind begins to stir, the thoughts rush in uninvited, loud, restless. What if I fail? Why can't I focus? Why does everything feel heavier than it should? You don't say these things out loud, but they repeat inside you like a crowd you can't silence. And in this moment, you realize something uncomfortable. You are not tired of life. You are tired of your own mind pulling you in every direction. Before this story ends, you will learn how to reclaim that inner quiet little by little, breath by breath. You climb the narrow path toward the quiet mountain temple, feeling the weight of your thoughts with every step. You didn't come here looking for miracles. You came because you're tired of fighting battles that exist only inside your head. When you reach the old wooden gate, you pause, catching your breath, unsure whether you're ready to face yourself. Inside, an elderly master sits with eyes half closed, as if he has been expecting you. He doesn't ask why you came. He simply studies your expression, reading the exhaustion behind your polite smile. And without judgment, without urgency, he gestures for you to sit beside him. In that moment, you sense something unusual. For the first time in a long time, someone sees the storm inside you and doesn't look away. The master places a simple wooden bowl between you and him. He fills it with clear water, then hands you a small handful of pebbles. You don't understand the purpose, but you hold them anyway, waiting. With a calm voice, he tells you to drop them into the water one by one. You do. Each pebble sinks, sending ripples across the surface, soft hatchy first, then overlapping, distorting everything. What do you see? He asks. You look closer. The water is no longer clear. The reflections twist and break. Nothing rests. This, he says gently, is your mind when you feed it every fear, every memory, every doubt. You feel something shift in your chest. It's not a revelation yet, but a recognition, because the ripples look exactly like the inside of your thoughts, never quiet, always reacting. The master reaches into the bowl and waits for the ripples to fade. Slowly, the water settles. The reflections are turned clean, silent, unbroken. He looks at you, not with authority, but with a quiet understanding that makes you feel strangely safe. This is what happens. He says, when you stop giving your mind something to react to, fear feeds it, doubt feeds it, old stories feed it, but stillness needs nothing. You feel the truth before you fully grasp it. Your thoughts aren't the enemy. They're echoes, responses to what you allow in. And for the first time, you imagine what your life would feel like if you learned to let those echoes fade instead of chasing them. Something loosens inside your chest. A cord you've carried for years begins to slacken just a little, just enough to breathe again. You rise from your place beside the master with a feeling you didn't expect, not a sudden transformation, but a gentle clarity, like a window finally cleaned after years of dust. The bowl of still water stays in your mind, repeating its lesson without a single word. You understand now that control doesn't begin with force. It begins with awareness, with choosing what you feed and what you release. As you walk back down the mountain path, the world feels the same, yet something inside you has shifted. The noise will return, of course it will, but now you know the truth. You are not powerless. You can let thoughts pass. You can let the water settle. You can reclaim your mind, one quiet moment at a time. And with each step, you feel a tour, inner noise, no longer leading you, but following behind.